And our focus is on Darnell Washington. He comes in fourth in the NFL in receiving yardage. It's the Wizards and the Dolphins under the lights on Monday night.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Okay, here we go.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 15 carries, 68 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So likely a 3-and-out on their opening drive. That's not a good omen for a team that's lost 3 straight games.
Too many threes that you're mentioning right there. That's a number they've got to get off of. And the big risk you're running right now is discouragement amongst the ranks. How do you keep them up? How do you keep them motivated? They've got to dial up something to give themselves some confidence.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards. And a Montreal first down.
Ready?
Right back to him on first down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The numbers for him from a week ago. 16 carries, 111 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Wizards.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Their run, here's Devon Achane. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3rd down and 10. Lance looking to throw it. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Shedding the tackle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Wizards' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So they only needed a couple of feet there on 4th down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description right there, right? 4th and short. They got that. No problem. Let's go ahead and get the rest of it. Finish it off in the end zone. Touchdown. Everyone goes away happy on that one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. He'll take it at the 42. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Lance to throw it. Open man. There's Darnell Washington. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey,
they'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Hustle, hustle.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Lance. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far. They just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Throwing Jones. That is incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
To throw on third down, Jones. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. It's fielded at the 45. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
We left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Yellow, blue. Set.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Off of play action, here's Lance. Wide open receiver complete. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run for it with Achane. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. His 5th touchdown on the ground, number 8 overall. And the Wizards lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. The point after is good, and it's now 14-0. That time a 6-play drive. And the drive finished off with a touchdown run from Devon Achane. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, Jones. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 21-yard line.
McCaffrey running up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And taken right at the 35. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Hurry, hurry.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Yellow, go. Ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Here we go, set.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Wizards take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Jones now throwing on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Here's Jones. Off the play fake. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Drake Jackson in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. He'll get this out to about the 44. 2nd and 6.
44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Achane here. They stay on the ground. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 14. First down, Wizards.
Go pink.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. Powers through. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
62 blaster.
Now Lance going to throw. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete.
Complete to number 88. An 8-yard pickup. And the Montreal first down.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
In motion, the tight end. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here.
Claude Ray.
On 2nd down, here's Lance. That'll be complete to Cook. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
First down, Wizards.
Ready.
Lance looks to throw again. Right back to Cook for another completion. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Throwing now is Lance. And he's got it. Touchdown. Darnell Washington, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Wizards are able to add on to their first-half lead. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them, so I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and
blitz coming, and down he goes. Trayvon Walker able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Fielded at the 43. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10.
Devon Achane of the offense ready to go once again.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 69 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Now inside the 25.
And finally wrestled down at the 11. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
It's a gain of 23 yards. 1st down, Wizards.
Pushes him over. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Wizards have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now.
35. Dolphins, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Dolphins offense returning to the field.
And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Jones on 1st and 10. His throw incomplete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Short throw to Dissly. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. So on now is Johnny Hekker to punt this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Ready?
On 1st down, Lance. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And this is Cook with a grab. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And quickly they get to the line.
And it's 3rd down.
Hey, red. Set, go.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
On 3rd down, Jones. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Down.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. A final shot before half for Lance. And he'll get nothing out of that one.
So we've come upon...
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
The question to be asked, where does this game go from here as we are back at it now on EA Sports? And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now Lance throwing on second down.
And that is incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Now Lance. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call. So good decision there by Mike McDaniel to throw that challenge flag. They rule in his favor. Now a play fake. Lance.
And this is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Ready.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Tyus Bowser blowing that play up.
All right, let's give them a little bit of applause here. Good for them because this has been a defensive nightmare for them thus far. At least they're finally getting a couple of big plays. Won't make the scoreboard of the ride home easier, but one good moment to watch in film next week.
Slide through.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down.
Personal foul.
Let's check in with our referee.
Defense.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Ready.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Holding. Offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Ready.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Blue striker.
Lance looking to throw it.
And this one is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Now Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And a tough turnover there, as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Wizards are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case...
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback. Here's Johnny Hekker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking on the midfield logo. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Okay. Right.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. On 1st down, back to Achane. Oh, able to avoid him to the 27-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Yellow.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Ultra. Go ultra.
On 2nd down, a run by Achane. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
And it's 3rd down.
Set.
Here's a quick throw out wide by Lance, complete.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
First down, Wizards.
This is Achane.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
First down, Montreal.
Ready.
Achane will take it in. Touchdown. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Flick right, flick right, flick right.
Jones now looking to throw on second down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Riq Woolen in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Miami. It's fielded at the 45.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. De'Von Achane of the offense ready to go once again.
He's hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
2nd and 7 at the Dolphins' 42-yard line.
White. Ready?
On play action, Lance.
To the right side, incomplete to Washington. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 36 yards on the play.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Lance to throw on second down here.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's 3rd down.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Down. Drill, 52. Hut.
To throw, it's Lance.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Throwing Jones.
Campbell making the catch. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Short throw to Dissly. Into space at the 45. Down the left sideline. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Isaiah Simmons, his 2nd sack of the night. And the attempted 3 will have to come from the other end of the... Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive, because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game. But to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 1st down. Here we go.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30.
4 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Ready.
And Lance going to throw.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
And Lance now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Montreal 1st down.
From midfield, here's Lance. And he's going to have the hook up to Schwartz.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Dolphins' 46-yard line.
Set.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Ready.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Now a handoff, running off tackle right. Running right through him. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Smash red. Drill green. Set.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
Touchdown! A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Wizards continue to pour it on here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
So now here come the Dolphins.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Okay, here we go.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Apple, apple, apple.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Will Dissly, the intended receiver.
And it's 3rd down.
9 yards to go.
Here we go.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
To throw on 3rd down. Jones. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
This is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
That's taken inside his own 40.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Ready?
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
It's a gain of 3.
Lance now on 1st down. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Wizards.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here's Jones on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Isaiah Simmons bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Jones had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. Cook able to escape. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's another shot now for the Montreal offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
Here we go. Hut, hut.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Lance. It's complete to Cook. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a 1st down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it.
And it's a touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Wizards have got it on cruise control. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them.
Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Dolphins 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Jones. And his throw here's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here we go, hey.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A gain of 32 that time. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Lance. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Washington. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Throwing now is Lance. And it's caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Pressure comes, and down he goes. His dad certainly had a few of these. Joey Porter Jr. there for the sack. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you used the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
And now off to the races down the right side. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. What impressive performance just became a little bit more impressive here as they add yet another score to the ledger late in the 4th quarter.
And not much has stopped them at any point in this game, partner. This is just an old-fashioned blowout right here. They probably could have put the brakes on themselves, but they elected not to and played this one all the way out.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Miami set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Micah Hyde comes flying in from safety for the sack.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Isaiah Simmons make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Johnny Hecker in punt formation.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Montreal, they continue their winning ways as they run their mark to 15-1 on the year.